Thank you, Cheryl. Now we are going to our election coverage for Central Illinois. Illinois voters have until 7 p.m. tonight to cast their vote. As you can see, you have about 1 hour and 28 minutes to do so if you still have to get out and cast that vote. If you need to know where to vote or if you want to stay up to date on the polls, we will be on track with all of the races on air and on our website until elections are over. First, we want to take a look at Champaign County, where issues with county voting machines have made officials propose solutions. Fox Illinois' Carson Gordy joins us live in Urbana with what voters need to know. Carson?
Earlier today, Champaign County had technical issues that kept the voting systems down and prevented people from voting. The issue did end up getting fixed on Election Day, but County Clerk Aaron Amundsen's office tried to extend voting to 9 p.m. today, but that measure did not go through. So if you are a Champaign County voter, you need to be in line by 7 o'clock if you want to cast a ballot in this year's election. And I spoke to one man at the Lincoln Square Mall in Urbana. He said he didn't vote this morning because he heard of all the issues that was going on in Champaign County. He said he was going to try to vote after his shift at work today. And in Champaign County, you can vote at any voting site. You are not designated to just one area. In Urbana, I'm Carson Gordy. Back to you.
Thank you, Carson. And coming up at 6 o'clock on our sister station, News Channel 20, we will have a breakdown of the biggest races in Champaign. And we spoke to Sangamon County Clerk Don Gray just a bit ago, and he says turnout has been steady throughout the day despite the weather. Earlier this morning, same-day registering voters may have faced a, quote, minor inconvenience, according to Gray. He says there have been no equipment issues and the process is running smoothly. And we spoke to Sangamon County Clerk earlier today to discuss the early voting numbers across the county. There were a total of 38,270 ballots cast. That is 27% of registered voters in the county. The clerk's office is predicting to see about 36% of likely voter turnout. And now looking at elections for state representatives, Illinois seeing a huge increase in voting this year. Fox Illinois' Carolina Hassett breaks down the statewide numbers. Carolina?
That's right. Huge voter turnout for the state of Illinois this year. Now, according to the Illinois State Board of Elections in 2016, there were 1.7 million people who voted early by either method. And so far this year, over 2.6 million people have early voted. Now, the board is comparing numbers this year to 2016 since 2020 was during the pandemic and vote by mail was the majority of how people voted. In 2016, over 493,000 people voted by mail. So far this year, 1.2 million people have voted by mail. And when it comes to early in-person voting, in 2016, over 1.4 million people voted early in person. And so far this year, 1.8 million people have voted early in person. Now, Matt Dietrich from the Illinois State Board of Elections says this is a huge turnout for the state of Illinois.
A lot more people decided they liked the convenience of early voting, got out early. It might have been an indication of, voter interest, that they were extra charged up to get out there and vote in this election.
Now, Dietrich says when it comes to trends in the voter turnout, it's still too early to say. However, the Illinois State Board of Elections will break down voter demographics by age, gender, and more on their website once official votes have been counted. Now, if you still haven't voted yet, do not worry. You've still got time. Polls close at 7 p.m. We're going to continue to bring you updates tonight on Fox Illinois. For now, we're going to send it back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Carolina. Be sure to follow along with our election coverage on air and online. And to round out Election Day, Governor Pritzker telling Illinoisans in a statement saying he is very proud of their work this election. He says in part, quote, elections matter and we are making sure that we have the infrastructure here in Illinois to get that message out to voters from the top of the ticket all the way down the ballot. Don't miss a video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel today for more Central Illinois news.